locked into Funtastic Friday here on News 93 FM, and we're in the segment Talk the Ting with Kim. It's Mr. Fresh Concepts and Adenike, God's gift. Alright, so it's Mother's Day coming up, and we are in our discussion segment, and our topic for today, we're looking at 10 lessons a mother will have to learn. And trust me, we've been going through the top 5 so far. We have 5 more to go, and these are all impactful. Want to say big up to all our guests that's staying with us on Instagram Live at Funtastic 93 FM. Big up to those on our WhatsApp line at 876-792-3530. Alright, so we got some comments here. We've been giving away some credit prizes to the mothers on our Instagram Live. I want to say big up to Tori Cassels. You've received a prize. Big up to Unbeatable Champion. You've received a prize as well. Miria Queen B, are you a mother? Let us know. Did she say she's a mother? Yeah, I saw Miria Queen B pop on. I didn't know. But let me know if you're a mother so we can go ahead and add you to the prizes, okay? So we've been getting some comments from those of our Instagram followers, and this one from Fiona says, "So true. Oh boy, I'm in that phase, and they are grown up and they are correcting you. Sometimes the child thinks they know it all too, like we just born yesterday." It's scary times. Sometimes we tend to want to hold on and want to stay stuck in these little phases. Yeah, as we were looking on the point, the last one before we came to the break was that our mother will have to learn that time flies and their little child will be growing up. And that's a tough lesson for many. Yeah, I mean, you like the little baby, your little child can't pick up an old land until you realize they can't pick up this child again. And then there's some roughness with it where you know, say you have to face the child and the child getting disobedient and the child, being rude. But yet still you know that, there are moments where this child makes you proud and you have to, look at the child and say, wow, this child is growing up. But you want them look a bit timid, but you want them grow up. It's very, very much confusing. Yeah, it's very crazy. So I don't know how mothers actually go through it, but trust me, big up to all the mothers out there. Alright, so we'll continue with our list of the top 10 things that we think a mother will have to learn during motherhood. And we look at number 6.
So you'll be more resilient than you ever thought possible. You might thought that you were strong before, but nothing compares to the strength you find within yourself when you're a mom. The sleepless nights, endless demands, and the tough moments when you feel like, you're at a breaking point. But you will most definitely push through it. You don't even realize how resilient you are until you look back and see everything you managed to handle. Parenthood has a way of showing you just how tough you can be when you have no choice but to keep on going.
And that is definitely a fact right here. This is definitely one lesson that a mother has to learn. And it's that they are resilient more than they even know.
Even when you think like you can't do it, you're going to do it.
And you find some of the soft people them. The soft people them. You see, when they become a mother, oh gosh.
They're my ball first.
They become a defender of their child. They become a protector of their child. And a little funky person again. They grow strength. And when we talk about resilience, we're talking about the demands, pushing through, being there.
Giving birth itself.
Wow.
So you say that they can be resilient.
Stronger than you even know. Yeah. And then the thing is that even for the men out there, I know the ladies have been prepared through the so-called period cramps. Cause they call those, what do you call those? I think they call those test contractions. I think I've heard ladies say these are test contractions because these are similar.
Because it only get worse.
Yeah, and these are similar pains to what you feel for childbirth, right? So these test contractions, even when they try to put them on, they have this device where it mimics the contractions or the period cramps. The man them can't manage level 3. And the ladies them have a level 7 and look by you like, is it on? Is something happening here? So the level of pain and determination that mothers are faced with, man man, half of the man
You're
can't manage.
strong.
Yeah.
Strong.
So big up to all the mothers because you are strong. And I hope you know this. If nobody not tell you, if you don't believe it, look in the mirror and look
Matter
on
of
yourself.
fact, look on your child.
Yeah. The child might not tell you. They might not know.
You just have to look on him.
But yeah, look on the
Or
child.
her.
Or him or her. And you will actually remember all you've been through. And you are here still standing.
I'm going.
Yeah. I'm like that for the mothers. I'm a proud of it. If you could have give all of the mothers them a gift, we give them a gift. That's it.
Imagine having a whole human being being dependent on you. You're
Yeah.
strong. You're strong.
Right now we have brother and sister who just want to black them sometimes and they say, what you want, what you want, you hear me? So as a mother, you know, you can't do that to your child. You have to be there for them. And that is insane because you have to do that 24/7. There's no day off, there's no weekend vacation. Listen, and when you do take a break from the child, you're still checking up. You're still checking up. No, but during the vacation, you still a check up because you are a caring and loving mother. And that is what really makes a difference. Big up to all the mothers. We look at point number 7. We're going through our top 10 list. And number 6 is you will be more resilient than you ever thought. And number 7, your priorities will completely shift. This is a lesson that the mothers will have to learn. And some might know it from before. You know. They're like, okay, I'm going to do school, I'm going to finish that, I'm going to become that, I'm going to open up that. And once they have a child, that shifts. So things you thought were so important to you, like your career, social life, or your personal time, tend to take a back seat when your child enters the picture. You find yourself putting their needs first, rearranging your schedule for school plays or doctor's appointment, and sacrificing your time to make sure they're happy. But in the midst of that, you find new sense of fulfillment in watching them grow, watching them thrive. Your priorities shift in ways you never imagined possible, and you realize that the little things are often the most important things now, and you find yourself prioritizing those to ensure that your child is happy. Now, telling the people, motherhood ain't no normal. I mean, sometimes for the fathers, you know, the fathers them continue doing the work same way. They're less likely to take time off from work. They're less likely to take time off from their careers. The mothers are usually known as the first level of nurture. They're the first line of defense when it comes to raising a child.
After giving birth, with all that change in that body, you have to rest. You know, with the baby being a newborn, it needs you, the mother. So.
Right, especially when you look at things like breastfeeding, caring, nurturing, those definitely are going to be coming from the mother for the most part. So you know, say, mothers, listen to me. One of the priorities are the shift. It's going to be you and the baby, not just you and your friends them or and you and your career.
If you used to go party, you know, 1 o'clock at night, it must be here, man. That can't happen again. Yeah. You have to be home. I remember you know, one carrying no flu and no disease to the young baby. So you have all them things you have to change up and shift up and tight up.
Unbeatable Champion says, in terms of the resilience and the pain we mentioned earlier, she said, yeah man, it's hot bad. Fiona says, oh boy, that pain is unexplainable. See, me never know what I go on, but trust me ladies, me know say on the strong. Fiona says, once you have a child, everything takes a back seat until they can help themselves. And that is it. That is one of the big important things for a mother. Like, you are here watching this child. Remember I said, before the child even born properly, like the child is out for a year or 2, you have to hold up the child neck the right way. You have to keep your eye on the child neck. You can't let the child, like, basically, it's strange. It's like you can't leave the child unattended for even a proper minute. So you have to be there. So that alone shift your priorities. You used to play a game or read book and all these things. Yeah, that time is shifted now. You have your basically undivided attention as much as possible is placed towards the child as a good mother. Alright, so you know that your priority shift, and that is just a lesson that the mothers have to learn. And I would say, whether you like it or not, whether you want it or not, that is just a step that has to be taken when you are a mother. And Fiona says, yep, as a parent, you don't want to miss a moment. You have to become selfless. Yeah, you have to forget about your main priorities right now, because that is now the child. And what happens to the child, as I say, yeah, watch for flu, spider, and not even mosquito. You are trying to prevent from getting at your child. And trust me, that is a full-time job. And yeah, priorities change right now. All right, we have some comments from the mothers that we received earlier. Let me just read some of them. Also have one that sent in a voice notes. So we're at number 7. We're going to read number 8 in a few. But let's look at these if they tie into what we've been saying so far. So this one coming from Tamika. She says, 2 lessons I've learned. 1, how to be patient. Yeah, we get in there. And 1, putting others before myself. And that definitely starts with the child. So that's definitely something that we've mentioned as well. This one coming from Sasha. Sasha says, lesson 1, I have truly learned what it means to love someone genuinely. I've learned that motherhood is a sacrifice, and it's a sacrificial type of love with no conditions. So you will love your baby regardless. So we're talking about unconditional love here. And we're going to look at that in a few. Lesson number 2, I've learned how important it is to have people in your circle who truly care about you. The 4th trimester is no joke, and without adequate support, postpartum depression will rock you left, right, and center. So mothers, prospective mothers, people looking to become mothers soon, take these advice. We are here at Funtastic Friday to educate and to inform you, and we are learning as well. So the 4th trimester, that sounds like the last little bit of time before the birth. No joke. You need to get your support system together, because you're going to need that support. All right. Let's just read this other one here, and then we get into point number 8. So Shireen says, what I've learned since I became a mother, how to love and how to listen. How to love and how to listen. All right. There are more, but these are really what stands out. Trust me. And we did mention all of these things so far. We mentioned some of them, but we have some to go. So let's jump into point number 8.
So patience is a virtue you develop slowly.
All right, so you hear that? The mothers have said it earlier. We're saying it now. Patience. You're going to learn a level of patience like no other.
Yes. So before kids, you might thought that you had decent patience. But let me tell you, when you trying to get a toddler to put on your shoes for like the 30th time, it's 10 minutes. Or convincing a 5-year-old to eat their vegetables once a day. You find out that that's what real patience is, right? So you learn to take deep breath. You count to 10, and sometimes you just let go and laugh, because what else can you do?
All right.
And somehow in the process, you realize that you are way more patient than you have ever thought.
All right. So the mothers have been saying it. I would say people patience. Having a child teaches you patience. That's a lesson mothers will have to learn, whether they like it or not.
Wait until it's time for them to brush them.
No, but even the craziest thing, kids on the other hand, like some of them, I don't know, some of them will cooperate, but most kids in general, that's from what I've experienced. One is like, they don't like beard, and they don't like brush teeth.
What's up with you? No, for real. Why they don't like beard?
I don't know, but trust me, that's
like
another challenge.
Height.
You have to fight them to get little beard in.
Oh
and
my
little brush
God.
teeth. I remember seeing mother hold up in the baby mouth, just to look at two brushing. Like you fight. That tell me if that is not patience.
Why?
If that the teacher just to brush the child teeth,
Height.
And the baby a ball like you kill them off.
Oh my goodness.
Just to brush your little teeth. Just to brush your little teeth. Fiona says, well, your child definitely becomes your LV bag. It's like a designer bag for true. That never stop by you. Definitely. I mean, I tell you, so that patience, as I said, that's on the top of our list. Number 8 people, this is a big deal. And trust me, I don't know any mother that's impatient, because that's not gonna be a good mother.
As it says, sometimes you have to just laugh it off and go on.
Yeah, I mean that's another way to get through, but
Laugh it off and go on.
you look and learn and you say, listen. Fiona says, tell me about it. Patience is negotiating with them, especially a 5-year-old, just to get things done. And that's what we're talking about. Just to get, you negotiate, wake up.
Especially when it's the why, everything's why. You have to explain.
Why is that over there, mommy?
Why?
What color is that? Oh,
Why?
geez, 1,000 questions then. But not only that, you're negotiating them what to eat, when to eat, what to put
Why
on.
must I?
Imagine you put on a blouse or a shirt for the child. And you turn around 1 minute after the child take off the blouse or the shirt.
I've got 2 different shoes. Why
Wow.
can't I wear it like this, mommy? Why?
Listen me, I tell you. Let me get into this other two before we go. People, listen, big up to all the mothers out there. I don't know how you do it. Number 9 on our list. A mother will learn that your heart will walk outside of your body. What do we mean? The first time you send your child off to school or let them go to a sleepover, it's like your heart leaves with them. You think about them constantly wondering if they're okay, what they're doing, and if they miss you. You can't help it. Your love for them becomes so strong that it feels like they're always with you, even when they're not physically around. It's a strange feeling, but it's also a beautiful one. You learn to let go, but it doesn't mean your heart is any less attached. So imagine a mother, you're growing up with child, you're basically with the child 24/7 to the first 3, 4, 5 years of their life, and you have to send them to daycare or to their first kindergarten lesson and leave them there for the entire day and go home. Some parents stay with them through the first day. I know that for a fact. I've seen it. It's like you think say the parents actually stay there for the child, but parents is staying there for the parent.
Yeah.
Because they can't imagine a day without seeing what's happening to their child for the day. They can't manage. They can't cope. I tell you, it is very crazy to know that, okay, I'm going to have to leave my child with these people at a school for the first time. How much hours they at school? For 6 hours for the child, probably. From probably 8 till 2, that's about 6 hours. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. So some mothers stay there with the child through that first 1 or 2 days of daycare or kindergarten. And sometimes the child is like, oh, mommy, all right. And the mother's still there trying to stay with the child. No, trust me, it happens. So that's number 9 on our list. Learning to live with your heart, basically in another person. And now number 10 on our list, the big 10.
The big finale. Unconditional love has no limit.
That's it, people. Unconditional love, people, no limits. And that's a whole different level of love that a mother unlocks from having a child. Loving somebody out the road, somebody is sick, somebody with born big, is a whole different type of thing.
So you think you know what love is until you have a child. The minute your baby is born, your heart is spread out all over this tiny person. You will love them in ways you never thought was even possible. Even when they're screaming at the top of their lungs or waking up at 3 a.m. for no reason at all, you give them every single thing. You give them your time, your energy, your patience, without ever asking for anything in return. It's love, pure and simple, no strings attached.
Alright, and people that's the love of a mother, I tell you, so listen to me. When we talk about unconditional love, that's one of the messages that mothers sent in throughout the program. That's one of the consistent messages that we've seen. Let me look at this message here. This one from one of our listeners. This one from Celia. She says, so much spending quality time, showing them love and listening to them. If we don't do this, someone else will. And sometimes those person can be their worst nightmare. Alright, and Tori says patience, and more patience. And B2 said unconditional love and patience. Fortune 5C says how to work hard, tirelessly. And we have this audio from Kimmie, who I checked in earlier, but she sent in a voice note. We have also two more messages. This one from Marsha. Marsha says, I'm still learning patience. It's a virtue. I don't process it as yet, and it takes a level of maturity to be a boy mom, even with a present dad. So even when dad is there, it still takes a different type of energy to be a boy mom. So you see, we're getting these responses in from the mothers. Thanks very much, Marsha, for sending that in. This one coming in from Yannick. Yannick says, I've learned no matter how defensive you get about protecting your child, everything ultimately is in the Lord's hands. And that is another level of trust again. So you have to trust that, listen, your child will be okay. Even if your child protect him from mosquito bite, you fear, you see a little bump, you have to trust that, listen, God has everything in control and your child will be okay. This one coming in from Sodian. I want to thank you, Sodian. Sodian said, listen, I've learned that planning ahead is important. Example, meal prep for the children, clothes prep, etc. It's okay not to be perfect. The task can be very challenging at times, but just do your best and ask for help and advice where necessary. So you see, the mothers have been chiming in on the same similar responses. Don't be afraid to ask for help. You won't be perfect all the time, so just learn and pay attention and ask for help and you'll get it. Now this one coming in from Shelly. Shelly, and she says, well, two lessons I've learned since being a mother is one, never live your life reckless around your kids. So basically set an example. Let the child shift your priorities. They can't live in the same freedom life. It's a different life when you have a child. So you will watch painfully as their life goes down the drain. So if you live recklessly around them, you'll watch their lives fall apart as well. All right, number two, never neglect them when they need you to believe in them. All right, so always be there for them. That's another part that we mentioned as well. That moment where you have that child as a part of your life, even when they are not around you, you still have to look out for them. You still have to care for them. That is another part of it. People may tell you, mothers have been doing it. We're gonna play this message from our listener Kimmie, who was on earlier. As I said, she sent a voice note. Let's see one of the lessons that we've learned, or she's learned, from being a mother.
My name is Kimberly Campbell, and I became a mom in 2019, March 2019. And I've learned so many lessons since then. I'm going to share two today. I have learned to be selfless. Um, yeah. Before, when I was without child, everything was about me. You know, everything was about me. I did things solely for, well, not solely, but primarily for my benefit, for my pleasure. I try to put myself first, did everything. But now that I do have a child, it's more of a balance that I have to strike, being selfless more than being selfish. In this world, you have to learn to be selfish with yourself because people take advantage of you. But when you have a child, it's completely different. And I know some people might advise against it, but I personally put my child first. So, yeah, I put him first. He's number one to me. I don't care. He's number one to me. I always make sure that he is good. I always make sure that he has what he needs. I always make sure that he feels loved. I make sure that he feels like he's the most important thing in my world. He's number one. I just adore that child and I put his needs first. I would deny myself certain things to make sure that he has what he needs. So that was one. It wasn't tough. It wasn't a tough lesson to learn. It's like when you become that mom, or once I became that mom, because I have to speak for myself. Once I became that mom, um, everything just shifted. The gears just shifted.
So I'm telling the people, once you become a mother, your priorities shift. Your unconditional love kicks in. all of these things happen, and we want to definitely send a big up to all our moms who have been doing a great job. I want to congratulate all the moms that joined us on the show today. Just send me a DM if you didn't get to a chance to get your shout outs. Send us a DM and we'll do so. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, people. Happy Mother's Day when it comes.
Happy Mother's Day.
All right, guys. See you next week.
Bye.
Big up to everybody on Instagram Live.